Hey guys, today we are going to be revisiting the Lineage of Evil team in PvP, and this is one of those videos where I did a bunch of matches technically off camera, but I was screen recording them. So we're going to go ahead and do some post commentary on a few matches, and again, this is going to be a longer video, similar to the regen video I did, I think, last season and the season before that. So I just wanted to try and make this team look as good as I could, because it is a team that I haven't used in a very long time. I think the last time I used this team was when the Zenkais came out for Cooler and Frieza, the Metal Cooler and the Yellow Frieza there. This team sucks. I'm just going to straight up tell you guys, this team is just horrible. It's funny because GT and this team, I think, were the two most forgotten teams in the game, pretty much, up until this sort of segment that we're in right now. And now that they're on the train of buffing GT, this might actually be legitimately the most forgotten team in the game. That's an actual team, right? I don't mean like minions or God of Destroy. Like, none of those tags are teams. Like, this used to be a main, mainstay team in the meta, Lineage of Evil. As you can see, I'm ranked 25, so playing a lot of PvP. Let's go ahead and take a look at the actual team itself and the reason why I built it like this, because there actually is merit to including different units on this team that are part of LOE. Let's go ahead and filter by Lineage of Evil here. So if we look at the actual roster, there are a few different choices you could where the heck is it? I miss it? Right here. There are a few good choices that you could actually include that I don't have on this team right now. One is Full Power Frieza. I think Full Power Frieza has fallen off a lot, and that's simply because a lot of units now nullify Endurance and they get rid of Cover Cut, or they just simply ignore Cover Cut. So he's still okay defensively, but this team really desperately, really badly, like Omega badly, needs a tank unit, and Full Power Frieza does not cut it anymore. Another unit you could really include on this team is Chilled, the purple Chilled. Where is he? Right here, this purple Chilled. He does have 20% health as well as health restoration for his Z ability, which I actually feel is an optimal Z ability for this team. Unfortunately, in my opinion, there's just not enough space on this team for him to go on. What I ended up doing is I ended up replacing Chilled with the Zenkai Metal Cooler. I think that's like the spot where you can sort of include him or not, and it's up to you at the end of the day if you want to include him. I feel like including him on the bench is going to strengthen this team overall, but in my opinion, Metal Cooler is way too important for the Android matchup. Metal Cooler is going to the red Metal Cooler is going to win you the matchup by himself a lot of the time, because he is actually one of the few units in the game that is able to more or less shut down Android 18. He is what's funny is this team actually does a pretty decent job of shutting down the Android team, but it's like if they have Super 17 Zenkai and then also they have, I don't know, let's just say they bring 16. Let's just say they do green, yellow or something like that, right? 16, Super 17, and then 18. You don't have the damage. This team does not even come close to having the damage to take down Super 17. There's a match in this video, I think, where I raw rising, so by raw, I mean directly without it being part of a combo. I raw rising rush Super 17 with green Metal Cooler, who's 14 starred, 3,300+% ability bonus team. And it did like 1.4 million damage, and like it didn't even come close to killing him. So this team does not even come close to having the damage necessary to deal with a team like Androids, other than just like stalling the game out and winning through attrition. That's pretty much the only way you can really win with this team, I feel like, against those really top tier teams. Now, against like Saiyans and Sun Family, this team actually can chip them down and get the job done. It's just, this team definitely needs a full, complete overhaul. LF Frieza, he's good, but you can't really bring him in a lot of matchups because he just gets like absolutely demolished, even at 14 stars. I even have him with full defensive equips, right? I have him with his own unique equipment right here. Which is, I think it's a really good equipment. This one, which is literally pure defense, and then this one, which is also pretty defensive as well. It gives strike defense for each Lineage of Evil, so it's going to give basically up to 15% pure strike defense. So I think that setup for him is actually really good, but he still gets like crushed. I mean, he tanks okay in this video here, but he does 0 damage, and I think the support, when you compare someone like him to Vados, or the You Are Number One Vegeta, it's like not even remotely close. This guy gets completely just outclassed by those types of support units that are more modern. I think the funniest thing about this is I think the two best units on this team, and you guys will see this throughout the video, after using this team for like a session of, I think it was about a 2-hour session that I did with this team in PvP, the two units that impressed me the most are Green Metal Cooler and the red Dragon Ball Super Broly movie Frieza. Which is funny because you would expect them to be like the least impressive ones, I think, because you know, you got 3 Zenkai units, you got an LF. Nope, the 2 most impressive units that I think showed out the most in this video were the Green Metal Cooler and the red Frieza. I think out of those 2, honestly, the best unit on this team is probably the Green Metal Cooler. He was able to do by far, I think, the most work in this video, but that's pretty much all I have to say about the team building aspect of this team. You can actually bring all 6 units to a fight in this team because, you know, none of them are spectacular. That's just, at the end of the day, what it comes down to. Which is, I guess, another strength of this team. Like, you're not restricted to only using 3 units. You can actually bring all 6 if you want. Or you can choose any of the 3 of the 6 on this team to bring. But yeah, this team is definitely not good. I would highly recommend not using this team in PvP because it's just awful. It's terrible. They can't take a hit. There's no unit on this team that is able to actually tank besides the Metal Cooler. And even he gets destroyed by, like, you know, any neutral typing Rising Rush. He just gets instantly folded. But that's just, I guess, the nature of what this team is at this point. They're going to, like GT, they're going to need a complete overhaul to be good again. But yeah, they just left them alone for too long. So we're going to jump into the first match here. That was a long explanation, a long intro, but I feel like it was necessary just to explain my thoughts on the team right now and why I went with the team build that I did. But let's go ahead and jump into fight number 1, and I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, so we are heading into our first match here against a Super Saiyan team. Well, Super Saiyan, but he's obviously going to bring one of the Super Saiyan 3 units, right? I don't think he's going to bring blue, blue, red with Bardock, Namek, Goku, and Gogeta. So we're going to go in. I went with Metal Cooler because I thought he would lead with Bardock, but lead with that Goku. But pretty annoying. Go for a blast right away. Catch him pretty luckily with that. He goes for a tap blast, so I'm pretty lucky with that. And I'm just going to continue comboing him with Metal Cooler. I see no reason really to switch, and then I anticipate him switching into Gogeta, which is why I went into the Cooler there. And now I'm just we're kind of feeling each other out. I get lucky with the strike there. He goes for the tackle. And from this point forward, I'm kind of looking to do the armor cancel technique against him, but he's not really doing anything. So I think I'm like, okay, should I go up to mid-range and blast him with the card I have in my hand, or what do I do? After a while, if I'm not doing anything, I just decide to go for it. That's really risky to do because Gogeta can obviously use his green card against you, and then that's like the end of the game almost. But I do catch him with this yellow Frieza, who's going to do a ton of damage because of the Saiyans that he has on his team, and him switching gives me buffs and cards as well. So with Metal Cooler here, I'm able to lock him in with the green card and then Rising Rush, which is really, really big. This is pretty much what I think sealed the match for me almost like automatically. So Metal Cooler's green card is super underrated, I think, because it's able to lock your opponent in. I think it's for 2 counts, 2 or 3 counts. But he actually guesses my rush, and I'm like, okay, this sucks. I thought he was going to switch right away, but I actually am able to get the taps in there and take him out. Goes back into Gogeta, and now I'm like, okay, what do I do? I think I switch into Cooler here to eat this. I'm really hoping he doesn't feint me, and he doesn't. And then I tried to go up to him. Maybe I was trying to hope that I could bait out a green card, but it looks like he didn't have one. Alright, so now I'm at a color advantage pretty much at all times against him because I have the yellow Frieza against this Goku, and then the green Metal Cooler, or sorry, the blue Final Form Cooler against this Gogeta. That's pretty much what you're trying to do with this team when you're in the character select screens. You're trying to decide, okay, what's the best position that I can put myself in to have a color counter pretty much every single match, right? That's pretty much how I'm deciding on what units to bring here. Unfortunately, he does get the feint with the purple Super Saiyan 3 Goku, so I'm going to take a ton of damage here. I think I'm going to go into Cooler because, again, Cooler is the least valuable unit on this team at this point just because we have color advantage again, like I said, with the other 2 units against his unit. So if he wants to like Rising Rush Cooler here, that's okay with me. I wouldn't really have a big problem with that. So he's comboing forever. He goes for the stop time thing here and gets me off guard. That's why you see me tapping the strike card like in between, because if he ever wants to drop combo and try and go for the stop time to see if I sidestep, queuing up the card beforehand will instantly catch him off guard and get a combo started for me. But unfortunately, just the one time I don't do it, he catches me off guard with it. End up clashing with him, and I end up winning here, which is really, really good. Unfortunately, I only have blasts in my hand, which sucks because this Cooler has pretty bad blast damage. So we're kind of just buying time at this point. Go for my main ability. I'm trying to force the switch here. I want him to switch into Goku, which he does, which is nice. Getting the green card in my hand, I can go pop the main ability with Yellow Frieza and then see if he's doing anything from the long range so I can get him with the green card. Unfortunately, he goes for just a random blue card instantly, which I did not anticipate at all. But he goes for the blast there, which is good, so I can double green card him and make him take a lot more damage. Unfortunately, again, I only have blast in my hand, so it's kind of like whatever. But I do end up being able to take him out with the second blast. I have this blue card in my hand, or the ultimate card in my hand, but it's really not that important, so I'm going to switch out right away to Cooler, see if I can just get the kill right here. If I can draw like another red card or a strike card after this, he's going to be almost dead. And I do, but it drops the combo. Luckily, he didn't do anything there. I think like 1 or 2 more taps from Cooler and he's dead. So this is coming down to the wire here. I have a blue card in my hand, so I'm just going to kind of sit back and wait for him to do a blast if he wants to. He does a tackle there. I thought he would sidestep there, which is why I immediately went for the strike attack. So that was, you know, unlucky, I would say. So now we're back to square one here. I go for the blue card to see if he takes the bait. And he actually goes for a blast right as I throw it out. So we actually end up clinching that one out. Alright, so match number 2, we're going up against a future team here. A pretty good-looking future team. This team looks pretty good. But I go with Final Form Cooler, Green Metal Cooler, and Yellow Frieza for the lineup that I think he's going to bring. Starts with Vegito Blue, go for the green card right away. I see him tackling, so I go for the strike card. And I think I dodge right away. I do. Get him with the Blast Armor and Goku Black, and I think I go into Yellow Frieza. I try and drop the combo here. Looking back on it, I think I probably shouldn't have tried to drop the combo there, because he would have no reason to really switch anyway. So that's something that I would have done differently if I would have done that. If I had the opportunity to do that again. And Goku Black is comboing here, doing a lot more damage than I would have thought from base form Goku Black. There, I easily could have comboed him with the strike card because he goes for a tackle that was like a nonsense tackle. He stops the thing there. This is like almost a guaranteed hit unless he goes for a second tap attack there, that blue card. So that did pretty good with that. I expected him to sidestep there, which is why I went immediately for the strike with Green Metal Cooler. And now we're pretty much just switching over and over and over. He gets a very fast Rising Rush. So unfortunately this looks like a dead Cooler, but it's actually not the worst thing ever. I thought he would bring Trunks and Mai, which is why I brought this blue Cooler in the first place. So him actually dying here is not the worst thing ever. I think I actually would pick him out of the 3 units on my team to die to a Rising Rush if I had to choose one. So this is like, you know, looks terrible. It's like 15 counts to the match or whatever it is, but it's not horrible. So now we have to deal with this monster of a team with just Green Metal Cooler and the Yellow Frieza. Not going to be the easiest thing to do here. I go for the ultimate here. This isn't really a great use of the ultimate, but I wanted to get this out here because I feel like we really do need the damage. This ultimate does buff up the whole team with damage against Saiyans. I think no, actually, yeah, I think it is specifically against Saiyans. Maybe I'm wrong, but I know it gives buffs to the team. So we are continuing the fight, and I caught him off guard there with the double sidestep. He keeps switching against this Yellow Frieza, which is great for me because he keeps getting more cards and buffs against. Because remember, they're all Saiyans, right? Gonna go for this. I'm pretty sure Purple Goku Black can't come back in yet, and I was right. So we're gonna take this Vegeta Blue out, and because he's blue, this Green Metal Cooler is gonna do a ton of AoE damage off of this, and it's gonna hurt everyone else on his team. I go immediately for this because he goes for tackles a lot, this guy. So I'm pretty sure he would do it, and he does. And I catch him off guard, able to get the Rising Rush, and hopefully this goes through so we can get this annoying Purple Goku Black out of here. Fortunately, he guesses my rush, of course, and we're back to square one. He goes for the main ability to heal up. And let's see what he does here. He just goes for the strike cancel there. I go for the green card, anticipating him to go right away, because it's pretty much what he's been doing the whole match. So we're able to lock him in there. I think now I can easily and, you know, freely go into Yellow Frieza and start doing a bunch of damage to him, get the extra card because he switched. And I'm pretty sure at this point the blue card should be able to take him down after one more strike here. So that's a dead a green Goku Black here. So now we just got to deal with the purple one, which shouldn't be that big of a deal. I easily should have countered that with a strike card. That was a really bad play by me. And Yellow Frieza is getting butchered around here. If he goes for a Rising Rush, a second one, we do have the Green Metal Cooler there. I really want to be careful with how I'm sidestepping and stuff, because if he decides to drop the combo randomly to me with a rush, I easily could lose this match. The last thing I want to do is lose Yellow Frieza. If I lose Yellow Frieza, the match is over, he wins. So just got to be extra careful there, but we do end up taking the match pretty handily at the end. Okay, going into match number 3 here, up against it's looking like a mixture of Future and Sun family a little bit with the Gohan there and the red Goku all the way on the right. So we're jumping in here. I'm pretty sure he's going to bring Gohan. Yeah, he does, because otherwise there's not really a reason for him to be on the team anyway. So we match up here at the start with a clash. I did a pretty bad job here, so he ends up winning the clash here. I'm thinking about if I should switch into Metal Cooler or not. I think I actually do. He drops the combo. I don't know if that was intentional or not, because there's not really a reason for him to drop the combo against any of my characters. But I have to, you know, switch into this Red Frieza. This is the first time I'm using Red Frieza in a very long time, by the way, so I'm just sort of remembering how he works. Get him with the blast, which is great, because getting hit with the blast from this Frieza is so annoying. Look how many debuffs I'm applying to him. Now I get the green, I can inflict him with paralysis, steal a Dragon Ball as well. So even though this Frieza is red, he still can be super annoying versus blue units. So I get him with the PV, and remember, he is still paralyzed, so Metal Cooler doing a lot of work here, goes into Green Goku Black. I think at this point, I have to pretty much switch into Blue Cooler, even though I really don't want to. And we have no strike in our hands. This is a really bad position to be in. If he goes for a Blast card here, I'm like pretty much helpless. Okay, there it is. So I have to go for that strike there. There's nothing else I can really do. I could have tapped as well, but I decided to go for the strike just to gamble. And we end up winning the Clash, which is good, because now we can stall time and wait for the Red Frieza to come back in. And I think I go for taps here. No, I just back up and go for... I'm anticipating a tackle, I'm pretty sure, at this point. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it goes for the tackle. I wasn't ready for it, which is really bad. I should have definitely been ready for that tackle. But he continues comboing me here. He does a lot of damage. Red Frieza not doing a horrible job of tanking. Remember, Red Frieza is being Zenkai buffed by Metal Cooler. Goes with a double switch, which is not going to connect. And I'm going to try and catch him with this green card. I think I actually go for it here. So it didn't register on screen yet, which means he can't see the exclamation point, but he gets me the taps there, which is pretty good by him. I'm trying to get him with the blue card now. I actually do catch him off guard, hoping for the feint really badly, because if he gets the feint, I can just rush him. And I think I just do go for the rush here. I do not want to deal with this Gohan with this team. There's like almost no way for me to deal with him. So actually, the only way to deal with him with this team is to catch him with this Red Frieza's ultimate, because his ultimate can remove buffs, but I mean, what are the chances of you actually being able to do that here? So, get the feint with that. I catch him off guard with the blue card and able to get him with the rush. And at this point, we're looking pretty good. So he has this guy left. I get him with the green card, and this is going to lock him in. So I guaranteed I'm going to hit him with this strike card here. And I think after this, I'm going to just hold my ground for a second. Yeah, I think I should. Oh no, I just go for taps. Okay, Cooler main. Yep. And we will see what he does here. Goes for the green card. And he goes for a strike from mid-range, which is... I don't advise that. Goes for that. I think I somehow get caught by that. He's actually surprised by it, too, because he goes for taps, but it actually becomes a tap blast because I didn't get hit by it. He catches me off guard. That was a nice play by him. But he waits way too long. I don't know. He could have easily caught me there. Maybe he didn't have any cards in his hand or something like that. But he waits way too long, and I'm able to get out of it. Go into Metal Cooler, and he ends up forfeiting. So we take match number 3. Okay, we're heading into match number 4 here against Regen, and this is going to be the final match I'm going to commentate in this video. The rest of the matches will just be pretty much raw gameplay, so you guys can enjoy that if you want to see that. Just, you know, top 30 PvP LOE, which is super difficult. So we're jumping into the match here. Leads off with DKP. I thought he would lead with 21, which is why I did this, but I catch him with this, hoping for a feint. If we get the feint right away, it's going to be really helpful, but we don't get it. I brought red, red, green, which is a setup you can run with this team, which works pretty well against a team like Regen or Androids that have a very strong, like, pretty much point unit that's yellow, like DKP or 18. So, catches me off guard with that, which is annoying, because Boo actually does a lot of damage versus his team. Then he goes into 21, and remember, every time the enemy uses a card against Metal Cooler, their cost goes up. So that is very annoying for them, but I'm actually taking a ton of damage from 21. I'm surprised how much damage the red Metal Cooler is taking from this. I end up drifting a little bit, catching him off guard. I think I go for the green. No, I don't. I go for the blast there, continue just comboing him away. I do still have my Vanish, so I'm okay with Boo coming in to lock me in, because I can stall for a little bit if I need to. Grab the strike card off of the green and continue comboing. And at this point, we have only gotten 2 Dragon Balls, which is pretty insane, considering how many cards we've used so far. Goes for the main ability there to heal, and he steals my Dragon Ball, so I'm at 0 Dragon Balls. It's 32 counts to the match, I have 0 Dragon Balls. That sucks. Alright, so I catch him here, and at this point, we're kind of just like trying to buy time. I have no cards. I go for the main on him. Looking back, this is probably a mistake. I don't think I should have went for the main ability on this Frieza. There's no reason to. He catches me with the AoE on 21, so it's not looking too good for me here. And I'm going to just try and buy some time by using the blasts from this Frieza, because remember, it reduces your enemy's ki by 50 every time you use one of these blast cards. So I'm pretty confident it should be able to buy us some time. And we only need 1 more Dragon Ball at this point to Rising Rush. So I'm just trying to get the remaining 1 ball we need. I think I try and catch him off guard here by drifting to the side. I do, and I catch him off guard there. So we actually do have the rush available to us. Just seeing if he's going to bring in Demon King Piccolo, because he is our #1 rush target with this team. Even though we have 2 reds in our team, I still want to get him out of here as soon as possible. I go for the ults, and he goes into him. So I think from this point forward, we're just trying to aim our Rising Rush straight at DKP. I mean, if we can land it on 21, that's okay as well. So I'm okay with landing it against her if we have to. Go for that, and then I go for the side drift again, and it does catch her off guard once again. And I think from this point forward, we do go for the rush here. Yeah, we do. I'm pretty confident that Red Metal Cooler can take out Blue 21 here, because Blue 21, while she's a really good Zenkai free-to-play unit, she definitely, I don't think, has the best defenses. And looking at her health, she only has 2.6 million health left. I'm pretty confident that Red Metal Cooler can take her out, especially with a blue card in my hand. So we end up not getting guessed, which is fantastic for the first time ever. And it looks like we are able to take 21 out of here, which is obviously really good using a red-red-green setup, right? So glad to have her out. And now we just got to worry about Demon King Piccolo, and then Boo is annoying, but Boo by himself cannot kill our team. So go back into Red Frieza here. He goes straight for that, and I go straight for my attack, catch him off guard, and we were able to start comboing him a lot with this Frieza. Be really annoying, inflict health restoration down, which means he can't heal. Even Boo really can't do that much healing after this combo's over. So goes for the I think he didn't think I could switch yet, so that's why he went for the Rising Rush there. And yeah, there we go with the forfeit. So that is going to wrap this one up.
方ないです。恐怖のショーを始めようか。所詮私の敵ではないのです。暇つぶしですか。まあいいでしょう。死ね貴様が。
消え去りなさい。
下がれ。俺を倒すことなど無理なのだ。
行きます。消え去りなさい。
貴様の力など不要だ。絶対に許さんぞ。死ね。
見かけ倒した。 手加減しすぎました。
所詮私の敵ではないのです。来い。お前。よっ。 が宇宙最強だ。これからが本当の地獄だ。メガメそいようわいやうわそいいやダメだいやバカなこの星ごと仕方ないね。カートセウスだ。ゴミかいやかかったね。まったく人をイライラさせるのがうまい。どうかな、僕の下で働いてみる気はないか。暇つぶしですか。まあいいですね。死ね。発光生物が死ね。死ね。まだそい仕方ないです。
一瞬で型をつけさせてもらうわ。そこね。ほらまだよ。ほらそこね。
そいそい俺を倒すことなど無理なのだ。いやくっバカなそこに行っちゃうぞ。バカなまだやろう。まぬけやろう。いや下がれ。まとめてあの世に送ってやる。代わりだ。恐怖のショーを始めようか。死ね。今度は死ぬかもね。かかったね。俺に殺されるべきなんだ。バカな。 ま、当然の結果だね。来い、お前の全力を見せてみろ。手抜きで俺が宇宙最強だ。俺が剣をつけてやろう。この星のと消えてなんだね。この俺を怒らせたようだな。本当の魅力を見せて差し上げますよ。見なさい、宇宙の塵になるがいい。地に這いつくばるその姿、よくお似合いですよ。サイヤ人は一匹たりとも生かしてはおきん。私は気が右。欲しいものとも消し去ってこの星のと俺が宇宙最強だ。ゴミね。なんだと？本当の魅力を見せて差し上げます。まあ当然の結果ですね。この俺に挑んだところで勝ち目な。 貴様の力のまとめてあの世に送ってやる。
そこにしちゃうぞ。ほいほいほい。味見させてね。いい感じ。そこね。はあ。まだよ。
絶対に許さんぞ。
死ね。
下がれ。はい。宇宙の塵になるがいい。まあ当然の結果ですね。じわじわとなぶり殺しにしてくれると生物が貴様の上がる。はいゴミめ貴様の俺を倒すことなど無理なのだ。絶対に許さんぞ。 所詮私の敵ではないのです。貴様、まさかその姿は。俺が宇宙最強だ。俺が宇宙最強だ。本気で行くぞ。たまっちまえ。この俺を怒らせたようだな。つまらん。もっと歯ごたえがあると思っていたのだがな。サイヤ人は一匹たりとも生かしてはおけん。どこ狙ってんだ。へなチョコメ。もらった。下がれ。お前がナンバーワンだ。オラの全力だ。そう行くぞ。オラに元気をあげてくれ。たまっちまえ。貴様の力。私は気が短いんですよ。謝っても許さないぞ。いやはあエロかいや見なさい。いやごめんね。せんだよ。 まあ当然の結果ですね。生まれ変わった俺の力を見るがいい。下がれ。もっと打ってこい。仕方ないですね。なんてね。生物だ。貴様の力など不要だ。下がれ。貴様の力など不要だ。はい。俺を倒すことなど無理なのだ。
ぶっ通しんだよ。
上がれ。
しぶといやつだ。
バカ。所詮私の敵ではないのです。じわじわとなぶり殺しにして死ね。ゴーだ。死ね。いや。あ、そっちだ。いや。
やるか。始末してやる。
自由の戦士トッポ。
私
しまった。
俺を倒すことなど無理なのだ。 絶対に許さんぞ。綺麗な花火ですよ。絶望の時間の始まりだ。かかったね。貴様のやめろ。下がれ。この俺を怒らせたようだな。
本当に私に食べられたいの？そこでそこで
遅い。貴様の力など不要だ。
まだよ。そこで
こっちね。下がれ。貴様の力など不要。
それそれまだまだこれからです。
と思うな。クズが調子に乗るからそうなる。この俺に挑んだところで勝ち目など。遅い。遅い。
味見させてね。いい感じ。そこね。食べられたんだ。
貴様のこの俺を怒らせたようだな。恐怖のショーを始めようか。かかったね。
味見させてね。いい感じ。味見させてね。いい感じ。それそれ。そこね。まだよ。
バカやろ地獄へ行け。電撃地獄玉。俺を倒すことなど無理なのだ。貴様の一体これは。下がれ。どの子を要する。消しとり消しとり。見
せてあげる。
ブラッシュボンバー。貴様の力など不意。
無敵のこれが私に倒されることを光栄に。
じわじわとなぶり殺しにしてくれる。貴様の仕方ないでと。
これからが本当の地獄だ。
この星のと下がれ。遅い。
無駄だ。チャリア
なぶり殺しにしてやる。
私を本気にさせたようだな。
仕方ないですね。
ありったけの正義を。
貴様のこの俺を怒らせたようだな。絶対に許さんぞ。綺麗な花火ですよ。